For my Cool Theory number 2 presentation, I decided to research Robert Gagne's 9 events of instruction. Robert Gagne created a step-by-step process to allow students and teachers to optimize the learning process in the classroom. These are the 9 steps that Gagne wrote down that teachers should follow when creating their lesson plans or activities in their classroom. Number 1, they should gain the attention of their students. This is kind of like a hook that can be used to bring them in and to get them excited about the lesson. Number 2, the teacher needs to inform learners of the objectives so that they'll know what they'll be accomplishing during the lesson or the unit and what they should know by the end of it. Number 3, the teacher should stimulate and allow the recall of the students' prior learning and how what they already know will be connected to the new things that they'll learn in this unit or lesson. Number 4, the teacher should present the content in an interesting way, and this is a great time to utilize technology in your lesson to make things more interesting for the students. Number 5, the teacher should provide learning guidance. This means that they will give the students the tools and resources to enable them to not become overwhelmed when the project or individual task begins. So this could include a syllabus or a rubric or specific instructions about what they'll have to do. Number 6, they will elicit performance. They'll give students time to practice the skill. This might be a time where they will write a paper or work on a project showing what they learned. Step 7, the teacher will provide feedback to each individual student. In this step, the students can also provide peer feedback to one another. Number 8, the teacher will assess the students' performance and what they learned using tests or quizzes or the projects that they created. And number 9, the teacher will enhance retention and transfer the job, and this will allow students to connect what they learned in the lesson to any personal experiences that they have in life to make the learning become real for them and applicable to their life. The reason I decided to research this theory was because it was something I thought I was not familiar with, but once I started researching it, I realized that lots of these things I do on a daily basis. I'm just not necessarily following the step-by-step process. I just kind of do it because I know it's what's best for my students. It will allow students to learn in a structured and systematic way because everything is broken down step by step. They won't become overwhelmed with just receiving everything all at once or not having any idea of where the lesson is going and what they're supposed to be doing, which is great for both the teachers and the students because it allows teachers to plan and think through their lessons ahead of time and to plan exactly what they want to do and what they want the students to know. I think this is a great resource to use when planning your lesson plans or when creating your lesson plans. It allows you to think step by step about each piece of the lesson and what you want students to do. I also think it helps teachers and students to incorporate technology into their lesson or projects just because lots of the things like feedback and creating the project just in and of itself and the hooks to get students interested in the very beginning, you could incorporate technology when using those things. And lastly, it allows students to collaborate with the teacher and with their peers. So I think this is an important piece to the puzzle to use when you're applying the theory in your classroom. And here's some ideas that I thought of how you could integrate technology while you're using Gagne's 9 events of instruction. As the hook at the beginning of the lesson or unit, you could utilize BrainPop Junior or YouTube as a way to catch their attention. You could also utilize online polls or a online discussion board to get students talking about what they might already know about about the topic or their opinion of it. Of course, you can present lessons with an interactive whiteboard or Nearpod presentation. And I also thought it would be great that if students were writing a paper, they could upload it to Google Docs, and then the teacher could provide direct feedback through the Google Doc to their student. And then lastly, I thought about assessments. At my school, we have an online portal where we can create online tests and quizzes. So you could definitely utilize those things. And then you could also create a Kahoot lesson to review any information or to get direct feedback about who understands the concept and who might need a little bit of extra practice with it. So that is Gagne's 9 events of instruction. I hope you enjoyed it.